Roots draw our attention as the weather cools off. The best that we get from the roots is the furthest into the cold that we can harvest them. So actually the fall is not a perfect time to harvest roots, but I was in a garden and this gardener was going through her garden and taking out all of the dandelion in her garden, and I said, "Give that dandelion to me." She said, "What are you going to do with it?" I said, "I'm going to take it home and make remedies from that dandelion." She said, "It's just in the way in my garden." So we got a wonderful, wonderful look at that bunch of unwanted dandelions. I believe in serendipity. We got a little chickweed too. So what does that mean? That means that while I know that it's best to harvest those roots as late in the year as I can, if I'm standing in a garden and someone is taking those roots out of her garden and she's going to throw them in the compost pile, I'm going to be there with my basket and gather them up because I want them. I'm not going to say, "Oh, too bad, they've been harvested at the wrong time." They've been harvested at this time, and that's the time that I am going to use them. We have dandelion roots and we have dandelion leaves. Look pretty good, don't they? Now, I want to tell you a secret. This dandelion was plucked out of the garden about 10 days ago. I have kept it with the dirt on the roots, refrigerated for all that time. So we're just going to cut the roots right off of these tops. You can make a remedy with the roots and the leaves together. That's a great dandelion remedy. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to make a root tincture and a leaf vinegar so that I get two different remedies from my dandelion. Here's my beautiful dandelion roots. Did you get all the dirt off that one, Susan? Just scratch it a little bit. There we go. All right. And this is a root, and then of course there's root hairs on there as well. You see that milkiness coming up here? This is the good in the dandelion. The more milkiness there is, the better, and that's why I didn't cut the roots apart from the leaves beforehand, because I wanted to retain that milkiness. That contains a lot of important and active plant constituents that we want in our remedy. I've seen people make root preparations without cutting the root. You can certainly do that. One of the great things about working with plants is there just isn't really any wrong way to do it, but there are sometimes better ways to do it. And there's a couple of things that I find about chopping the root. First of all, a lot more of the root is exposed, and so it makes a remedy a little faster than if you hadn't chopped it up. And I think more importantly, when the plant material is chopped up, it takes up a smaller space, so we can get a remedy in which the amount of liquid and the amount of herb is pretty evenly proportioned. So here's our dandelion root cut up and fitting nicely into our jar. We have all the little root hairs as well, little pieces of leaf, no matter at all. We're going to make a tincture, so we're choosing 100 proof vodka, and we're going to fill that jar now right up to the very top with our vodka. Our dandelion root tincture is now ready to be labeled, and it will sit for 6 weeks, and after 6 weeks it will be ready to use. How am I going to use this dandelion root tincture? I will offer it to anyone who has indigestion, especially acid indigestion. Taking dandelion root right before you eat does amazing things. It helps your liver work better. It helps your gallbladder work better, so that you digest the fats in your food a lot better. You overall digest your food and get far more nutrition from it, especially fat-soluble vitamins. So you're going to get more vitamin E from your food, more carotenes to convert into vitamin A from your food. Dandelion improves the functioning of the pancreas as well as the liver and the gallbladder, and it helps the stomach to produce more hydrochloric acid. Now, I know some people think that acid reflux is from too much hydrochloric acid because the remedies usually calm it down, but in fact, what herbalists know and have known for thousands of years is that acid reflux is a result of too little acid. And so taking something like dandelion, just as you're beginning to eat, will help bring that up. For many people, they say it's been a miracle cure of their acid reflux. Hooray for our dandelion root tincture.